everybody, I'm Lilia and I'm here to help you prepare for your IELTS test. So today I'm going to be answering 5 of the most common questions on the subject of home and neighbourhood. I recommend that you keep your vocabulary notebook at hand in case you hear a useful expression that you think you're likely to use in your test. Make sure that you put it right down into a vocabulary notebook and use it to talk about your own life so it really finds its place in your memory. Stick around till the end of the video because at the end of this video I'm going to be sharing with you a little tip on how to get better in your IELTS test. I'm currently living in a teeny tiny flat in the residential area of Kiev, which is the city where I was born and raised. I'm very lucky because I'm living on the first floor, which means that the first thing after I wake up in the morning, I can look out of the window and see all of this beautiful tree greenery and listen to a little bit of bird chirp in the branches of the trees. I'm also a little bit unlucky though because there is a tram line running very close to my block of flats, which means that I can hear a little bit of the wheel chatter, if you like, but generally it is okay, and I'm very happy about my block of flats because it's modern and really cool. I'm sharing my 1-bedroom flat with my husband and my little fluffy cat who we both really adore, and plus I think every morning we run a little competition who's going to be the first one out of bed, and normally that would have to be my cat. The early bird gets the worm, they say, and in our case this is really true. The first person who's out of bed is free to to boil the kettle, to organise their morning routine in a way that does not interfere with the other person's daily routine, so we tend to get up one after the other. In all seriousness, I'm really into the size of my flat. It's not very big, to be honest, and it doesn't have that many square meters in it, but I really like it in the sense that I don't have to spend much time to tidy up every single corner of my flat. Since I have first discovered Marie Kondo's cleaning method, my life has turned upside down, and now I really know how to clean everything up very, very nicely and to keep everything neat, and I'm very happy to be living in a small yet a very clean space where everything has its own purpose and its own home. I don't think that I'm currently living in a really high profile area, but to be honest, people are people, so I tend to get empathetic with anybody whenever I can. And if a person comes up when I'm just doing my shopping, I would just say hello to them. I've recently started running this hello campaign, which I'm very much into, so, and here it is basically. So what I do is every time I go out just to do a little bit of my groceries and everything like that, we just say hello to every single neighbour I meet. I don't think people are establishing this strong contact with their neighbours nowadays, and I do think that it's a situation that really needs fixing. So whenever I meet a neighbour living on the top floor or anything like that, I would just say hello and ask them what they have been up to, which is great, and it shows that I'm interested in developing the relationship with my neighbours, and that makes me really, really happy and lifts up my mood as well as their mood, so it's a win-win situation. In my country, a relatively small number of people is able to afford to get a new flat. So people don't really earn too much, and if you compare that to prices in our country, it's getting a little bit tough to get your own flat or apartment. So what people would normally do, they would either inherit their flats from their parents, or they might just go out and look for some lovely rent advertisements to rent their own flat, rent their own little corner or a room or something. And because young people are choosing to do that, it's getting really amazing because it teaches us responsibility. We'll learn to look after ourselves. We'll learn to pay our own bills, we'll learn to be more independent and form our own families on the basis of morals and values that we think are important. And I think it's really cool that young people are getting more and more chance to rent their own homes. Generally, so this is what is happening in our country, and I think this is actually a shift for the best. Okay, so those were 5 IELTS questions answered by me. If you're looking for more inspiration, please give this video a massive like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to learn more about me, follow the link on the screen to take you to my lifestyle blog, where I also share some teaching ideas. As you can see, I shot all of my answers without breaking the video down, because you won't actually have a chance to do that in the real exam. So I wanted this to be as close to the real life as possible. And here comes the tip of this week. Make sure you expand on all your answers. I may have gone slightly over the top with some of my responses while shooting this video, just because I really wanted to throw in as many lovely phrases and bits of vocabulary as I could when filming this for you. But in the real exam, make sure your answers last for about 10 to 15 seconds. Don't just, give out one-word answers, which, will be a little bit too short and won't let the examiner see how fantastic your English is. My own experience and the experience of my students generally shows that it's better to get interrupted by the examiner than just, sitting there having completely lost the track and being unable to say literally anything, and the examiner just looking at you bluntly and you not knowing what to say. So be very careful with that and try to expand on your answers a little. In terms of the recommendation this week, I have decided to recommend a little link to you, which has helped me a lot to boost my vocabulary. So I want you to go and watch this video, which is called 16 Ways to Say I Like It by Mr. Luke Thompson, who also runs his Luke's English podcast. Well known to many of you, I'm fairly certain that you know Mr. Luke Thompson, guys. With this video, I want to encourage you to put down any of the phrases that you have found useful and share them in the comments with other learners, because we all would genuinely pick up different phrases, and it's really important to build up on the whole range of phrases that you can use to talk about home and neighbourhood, and just injecting a little bit of that beautiful home vocabulary. If you happen to have your favourite home linked phrases that you would normally use to talk about this subject, make sure you post them in the comment section down below. Plus, guys, please let me know which improvements you would really love to see in this series of videos. Would you like to see lovely phrases popping up on the screen here, there and everywhere? Just would you like to have those videos better subbed? So just let me know in the comments below, and please message me any other questions you'd like to have answered in this series of videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye!